Have you ever found yourself stuck in bustling traffic with smoke all around you? Or seen a factory continuously spewing pollutants into the air? Or do the increasingly hotter summers, unpredictable monsoons make you reminisce the much pleasant days of the past? Harmful gases emitted in the air create a film around the earth and trap heat. This effect is called the greenhouse effect. This leads to global warming and its consequent ghastly effects such as heat waves, heat-related illnesses, wildfires, sea level rise, and much more. Don't we all wish for a cleaner and greener planet and a place habitable for all beings? There are various climate change mitigation technologies such as wind, solar, and hydropower, and even usage of biofuels. But what if we could remove all harmful gases from the air and just filter the air around us? Is it even possible? This is where the topic of our interest comes into picture, and that is carbon capture and storage, or also known as CCS. Hello everybody, my name is Gauravi Patil. I am from the Department of Geology, St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. And my topic for today is Public Understanding of Carbon Sequestration, a Global Review. CCS is a global warming mitigation technology. It is an essential tool that has already helped in cutting greenhouse gas emissions. It can also help in achieving net zero targets. Net zero refers to the balance between the production of greenhouse gases and their removal from the atmosphere. This technology is being used around the world for a few decades now. CCS involves three major steps. The first step being capture. Here, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is captured and is separated from other gases. Then it is converted to a liquid-like state. Moving on to the next step, that is transport. As it is now compressed, it can be transported easily to a site suitable for the next and final step, that is storage. This carbon dioxide can be stored in storage sites such as depleted oil reserves, seabeds, rock formations, etc. However, it is essential that the general public is aware about such technologies. Throughout the last few decades, several public surveys have been conducted across various countries to help understand the perception of the public towards CCS. Here are some countries where such public surveys have been conducted. Let's analyze a few of them. First, let's speak about China. This study was conducted in 2010. One of the questions asked was aimed at the acceptance of CCS among the Chinese. As we can see in this graph, around 45% of the participants had a neutral opinion about CCS. Around 42% of them had supported CCS, and the rest 13% expressed their opposition towards its implementation. Moving on to Japan. This survey was conducted in 2015 with 548 participants. One of the questions asked was to check if they are familiar with CCS. As we can see here, 57% of the participants had never even heard about CCS. It is quite evident that the public was well aware of other technologies such as solar energy, wind energy, fuel-efficient vehicles, but not much about CCS. As per this Australian study conducted in 2008, we can see that almost 85% of the participants needed more information about CCS. Around 80 to 85% of them were of the opinion that the government should involve the public whenever they make any developments related to greenhouse gas emissions. However, when asked about the implementation of CCS in their community, almost half of them had a neutral opinion and the rest were against it and were not comfortable with it. In this study conducted in 2003 in the United States of America, it revealed that only 7% of the participants had just heard about CCS. In the UK, as per this 2004 study, some of the negative impacts of CCS that bothered the participants were leakage of CO2, ecosystem damage, impact on human health, and were also doubtful whether this technology has been tested enough or not. Moving on to France. the French public in general were more aware about green technologies, including CCS, as compared to other countries. 27 to 34% of respondents had at least heard about CCS. But now let's talk about India's take on CCS. Unfortunately, CCS has not been developed much in India, and such public surveys have not been conducted. As fossil fuels are the major source of energy, CCS becomes a necessity. It is a promising technology and can be useful in the mitigation of climate change. However, public awareness of such technologies is equally important. As we saw in the surveys, people were well aware about technologies such as solar energy, wind energy, fuel-efficient vehicles, but not much about CCS. This is because we have been learning about these technologies ever since our school days. The implementation of CCS in our educational curriculum and in the media is essential for its propagation in society. I am sure CCS can help in achieving India's net zero targets. Our country has a lot of untapped potential for this technology. More knowledge about this can lead to more research and consequently its implementation too. Let's work together for a cleaner and greener India. Thank you.